Alright mates, how's everyone doing? Welcome to another video. If you're enjoying these videos, please drop me a subscribe and like the channel, like the video, drop me a comment, notifications, all that blah 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 blah, you know the stuff. The necessary stuff, but I have to say it every video because otherwise people don't do it. Sad times. With that being said, let's talk about the video we're doing today, and that is the Christmas event, specifically arms training. I'm going to show you some ways to cheese this to get a higher rank. You obviously have your normal chests here, but if you can rank high, then you can get a lot of gems. And you can see Mr. Siege has probably already got rank 1 because Siege is absolutely busted for this event. So if he does a video on this and you have a Siege March, watch his video. But I don't have a Siege March, so I'm going to show you how to do it without a Siege March, right? Let's talk about that. So it's going to involve buffing your marches. And there's a way, they removed the ability to preload rage. However, there's a way around it, but it's a bit pernickety. I'm not going to do the rage method. However, I'll show you how to do it in case you want to do it, right? For this, it is counter to Cav. I'm still going to use Cav. I'll do another attempt on infantry after. But I'm going to just try Cav because it's my strongest march. Pairings. For Cav, I'm going to run Arthur and Hector. That is because Achilles is a low damage factor and we don't really want to be taking hits, so we don't want to spear procking. And Gangamcha has... most of his kit doesn't work because it doesn't apply to barbarians, like the healing, you can't heal or anything. So Hector has like the best all-round kit, in my opinion. So we're going to run Hector. If you're running infantry, you would run BQ and LC. BQ and William Wallace, LC and Alex. Alex has a shield that's really nice. What else could you run? Hera. Hera can work with like anything because it has a shield. Obviously, you want more damage. My recommendation would be BQ William Wallace or BQ LC. Also, if you're also running Cav, you can still run Huo and Nevsky, or even Huo and Hera, like I said, or Hera and Nevsky. But yeah, anyway. You get the picture. You want something hard hitting with survivability. One instance here where skill damage still works. And if you're running archers, don't run archers. Yeah, maybe Shajar up front, 2.8k damage factor. I don't know for archers. There's not really too many big. It's just the picks are just so much better for Cav and infantry. It's hard to justify running archers. I try not to. So yeah, so we're going to run this Cav march here. We have a purple expansion up. If you're not going for rank 1, you can use a blue expansion. But if you're going for rank 1, and just for the case of this video, I'm using a purple. I have an attack buff up here. And then I have a rune here that I'll grab, and 7% and 7% because we're going to be taking some hits. Now, when buffing, okay, so what we're going to do, the gist of it is we're going to attack our farm here with our buff marches, which will buff our march here with damage and all this other good stuff, right? Let's talk about the buff marches. This, if I do the whole thing on the video, this video is going to be really, really long. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to show you the method, and then you can go away and do it in the interest of not having this video take like 45 minutes. Because no one really wants to watch. Well, maybe you do. Tell me in the comments if you do, I guess. So Trajan gives skill damage, but we're combo, and if you're infantry, your smites, it doesn't matter. What you want here is the rage. 50 rage per second. Helps you hit the rage cap. Milan gives you stats, attack and defense and health. So we'll be running this as one of our buff marches. Our second buff march is Philip for the 20% all damage. And then Shajar for the 15% normal damage. Now you can't heal troops. I think the heal will still give the buff, even though it won't actually give the units. I might be wrong on that one, but it's a gamble I'm taking, because 20% normal damage is nice. And then here we have Constantine. All troops take 10% less damage. And we have Joan on the back for 30% health, defense and attack, which will overwrite Milan, I think. And 50 rage again. So that's 100 rage from these two commanders, Joan and Trajan. If you don't have Trajan, that is fine. You don't actually need to run all these buff marches. You can swap and change them. Just run what you can. The same as everything else. It's really just use what you have available to you. Use your best commander pair and just rank as high as you can. If you can get into top 10, great. And if you can't, don't go too crazy on it. It's not going to be worth the reward. Right, so with that being said, let's see how to gain rage. Now, I don't like this because it drops off randomly for me, but I'll show you anyway. If you guys want to do it and you get it to work, then that's great. Basically what it is you're fighting an Imhotep, which will debuff your troops with 20% less damage done, which sounds bad. It's expertise, right? So it'll be 30, but then non-expertise is 20% less damage. Okay, so if I walk on top of the Imhotep when he's attacking these, basically it pulls me into combat and you'll see my rage bar appear and my rage will start going up, and that's how you bypass the no stack and rage mechanic. The problem is, I think it's because he doesn't have enough rage generation, so it randomly drops off. Now, to be fair, I could probably level him up to give him more rage. Maybe I should just do that quickly to see if it works. I tried it earlier, I got half a rage bar and then he dropped off, and I'm assuming what happened was like Trajan debuffed him or something, and then he didn't get skill off fast enough, which didn't keep me in combat, and then, you know, see you later, your rage. Let's put some points into this here. Okay, so I put some more points into him there on the farm on the side screen. I don't know if that'll help. We will see. If not, it was a waste, but it is what it is. Let's try. So we're going to attack him, and then what you have to do is you have to move your march. Just have it moving. I think you have to have it moving. I'll check without it, but see, this will bring me into combat. So there you go. You see my Arthur's in combat now. And you see the bar. It's kind of hard to see, but you see the rage bar here. Now it should start going up as, yep, so there you go. You got a bit of yellow. 10 cycles it should take to get 1,000 rage. And then once I get 1,000 rage, what you want to do is you want to dump that rage onto the Armsmaster Lohar, which will basically one-tap him, to be honest. Maybe we will do the rage mechanic, because I think that extra rage has helped. Okay, so yeah, we are going to do it like that. So that is the... That's it, guys. That's how you do it, right? And then you hope that your farm doesn't die before the boss. So you see I'm almost at full rage. I go and hit this Armsmaster now, and he will die. I'm going to stop because I haven't even summoned them. I kind of got ahead of myself there. But you've seen how to do it, right? So this is how you... Is it cheesing? I guess it is, right? Because you're kind of using Imhotep to... When you get to the later levels, you might want to swap him out. But for now, he's going to do the job. Make sure you have your Bastion skills on. You want War Frenzy. You want Justice as well. We're going to take Justice. And yeah, let's do this, right? Let's do a round. Let's do a proof of concept. We're at 8 minutes in the video. If I do all of these rounds, this video will be very long. We need to talk about skill selection as well. So click activate, and it gives you this window to pick your skills. Now, as you can see, I've already picked them. I receive 20% damage penalty because it's countered by Cav. This is where I said I'll try an infantry as well. I'm not sure which one will be better. I think my Cav's just strong enough that it'll still be better. And you can't heal. Heals are disabled. So if you look at this here, guys, this is the order that you take. I will put this in the description, and you can use it at your leisure. I will put it up here in the corner so you can compare to my skills there at the start. So as you can see, every kingdom has randomized skills, so you won't all have the same. So there'll be some skills that are missing. So you can see like 1, 2, 3. So skill 4 on that list is missing. So I skipped ahead to skill 6, as you can see here. And that's really it. It's really that simple. This is a new thing they added. You don't have to pick it every time. So you can just preload all your skills. It remembers them. And off you go. You have 4 tries every time, every day. Okay? So again, this is in the description. This is your order. And refer to it and use it as you need. And with that being said, let's give this a go. And we do a challenge. It's going to summon it in Narnia. Okay? So we're going to move the farm troops down. And just to make sure, I'm going to tap it. Okay, I'm not going to actually hit it. Okay, so it's registered that March is the one that's going to attack it. And we are going to move this down to here. And you want to attack on top of the Armsmaster Lohar, or like round about it, so that the debuffs are stacking when you attack it, right? Let's stand in here. So the Imhotep should fire off soon. And that should bring up the rage bar on the Arthur, which I don't know if you can see here. You can see it just at the side, which is perfect. And then we're going to wait, and we're just going to stack that rage up, and we're going to hit that Armsmaster Lohar, and we're going to one-hit it. The point system on this game is determined... Oh, I dropped rage there. Do you see what I mean about how I dropped rage? And I think that's Trajan debuffing him. That's very unfortunate. If my farm was high enough level and had a horn, I'd be putting a horn on him, so I would. And then it would probably fix that. Oh well. If you have a higher farm, you can do that. I think this still works. I guess it's just RNG if it pops that. Okay, he's done his skill against him still in combat. I'm getting to maximum rage. And now hit the Lohar. And dead. Look at all the numbers. Don't know if you've seen that. Everything just dies. So I took like no losses there. And then what I would do is I would refresh my farm march. And do it again. And every time you do it, you're just one-tapping it. Eventually in the higher levels you won't be one-tapping it, but you want the biggest march left at the end possible, for the most amount of points possible. And then you've got to beat the siege guy, which is very high, because basically what he does, a quick spoil on the siege, is you summon your tower at one end, your Armsmaster goes to the other end, and the city in between ideally, and you hit him. And you do the same tactic with the buffs, and then he's basically dead before he even hits you. So it's just, yeah, if you have a good siege march, you win. But yeah, guys, that is how you do it. I didn't do justice there. I should have done justice. Whoops. But yeah, justice from your window here. Use your buff marches. Use your best march, best gear. And that is really, honestly, that's how you get rank 1, or at least top 10, right? Depending. It's still going to depend on your gear and everything. I am not going to do this whole thing on video. This video will literally take over an hour. So if there's any questions, drop it in the comment below. If things aren't working for you, consider your rage for your Imhotep. If you do it that way, you don't need to use Imhotep as well. You can just use a normal commander and just use the damage buffs from your buffing march and still do pretty well. So there's that too. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. This is the last video before Christmas. I said that 2 videos ago, but this one is the last video before Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a good holidays. I'll be back with more videos before New Year. And if you don't celebrate the holidays, just have a good time anyway. Thanks for all the support in the last few months in the videos. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys. Bye.